in the community, some of them in the cars, be antagonising the mind, and one black girl said nobody cares about you. Let me tell you, I ain't gonna put up with that shit. I ain't gonna put up with that shit where the enemy got a problem and they don't want to get away what they did, and they intimidate, they do all of that, and sometimes it's your own community that can't see what goes on. And we ain't gonna play this game today. Today we are not gonna play this game today. It's not about anything else. We are not gonna play this game with people today. We are moving in a different light, in a different power. We are not gonna do this game. I had to come outside because sometimes you get frustrated, and frustration causes the disruption. Now, this is the best thing. I'm living. I'm in a quiet set right now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and God is working, and we are working in a way that we can understand. But we are not gonna go down the same route where our enemies at and play antagonism in the community. Want you to lose, where our family burns and do all of this stuff, and why they win, people slamming doors, and this is not how this is gonna happen. I'm not gonna play this game with you because I got enough mind and enough sense. This is not how this is gonna go. We are better than them. God said we are better than them. I'm not gonna do this shit, bro. We get to a point in life where why should I stress out? Why should I stress out and more bullshit is happening in life? And I'm like, hold up. They wanna lie and people wanna antagonate in the car. Some of them, God said when I told Moses tell his people to paint the wall with blood. He know the non-believer was going to be amongst the believers. And then hiding amongst you, but people are tagging it. They saying crazy because they don't believe in God. And you got to watch out for the mind. You got to be able to protect anything where humans are behaving. And it don't have to be game. It be other people in organizations that even when they believe in God, they want to antagonate and stop yours from happening. And I get to a point in life where they do that at night, where it is so comfortable at night, where I had to get up and walk this morning and be like, where they do that at? I had to understand my meaning of how things are and how I'm feeling today, because I was I like today's date. How you doing
I
today?
see you back, brother.
Oh man, I'm just out here taking a breather. You know,
Okay, so you live around here.
sometimes you have that little family, so you gotta walk out and take a breather.
Okay, so you live
Oh
around
yeah,
here.
I stay on the next street.
Okay, so you just come out here
Oh
to
yeah, I
broadcast or
come.
something.
Oh yeah, I just talk to my friends.
Talk to your friends.
Yeah,
So you got a camera, two cameras
yes,
up or whatever, and you just
yes. The
talking to
police
people.
been talking to me and everything. So the more you see me around here,
Okay.
I'll be around here a lot more, and I'll be around here. Have my
As
idea.
long
If
as
you
you
need,
on this sidewalk, we
uh,
cool.
all right. As long as you got you.
That's all. I ain't gonna mess with you. You on the
Uh,
sidewalk,
all
you
right,
can praise them all day long.
all right. Got you. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes. Even though I got the right to be on the hospital grounds on the civil rights, they don't even know I have the right to be on the hospital grounds at discrimination on the civil rights. He don't know that I have a right to walk on the grounds, and he don't know. We gonna have to talk about that. He don't know I have the right to be on He don't know that I have the right to be on the grounds. He don't know that you can't stop somebody from walking out of the hospital. It talks about that on the Civil Rights app. He don't really know. He haven't figured it out yet. He he haven't figured it out yet. Hey, hey, you want to call him for him? Hey, you doing exactly what I want you to do. Keep doing what you're doing. Let them come out here. I'll be out here to come for you. Let them come out here and I file another racial complaint. You're making it more worse on yourself. You're making it more worse on yourself, man. It's community. You're making it more worse on yourself. You're making it more worse on yourself. Hey, at the police come out here one more time, it talks about it. More time on the civil rights. That's another thing. That's another thing. I'm gonna get that ass. That's another 30 million. When I go type in that civil rights, that's another 30 million. Get the hospital. Hey, hey. Soon as that police step up here, that ass get in trouble. I'm gonna go right back home and file a $30 million civil suit. Soon as the police come out here, and I'm gonna show your ass something. They don't know I've been filing a civil rights complaint. He don't even know that I have a right to be on here. It's gonna add up sooner or later, and I've been communicating with the Justice Department. He don't even know what's going on. Civil rights. If you getting discriminated, lady talking about shooting people, mumbling words. I'ma show her something. Mumbling words. Keep on, partner. Keep on. Yes, that lady gonna get it. That's another 30 million. If you get discriminated on a hospital, that's another 30 million. Hey, we can make this much more worse when I go to civil rights. We can make this much more. Hey, dude, intimidation gonna get you. So when I go to my civil rights, I'm gonna get you for intimidation. I got the right to be at a hospital. Now we didn't already talk about this with the police, the Wildcat police. They're already gonna lose the battle already. So they don't even know they're gonna lose the battle. So we're gonna go back inside and we're about to file another racial complaint for $30 million suit. I have a right to walk on the property on the civil rights. It talks about that. So $30 million lawsuit for each time the behavior, intimidation. Come on, man. So today, what we're gonna get the hospital for doing for intimidation. And we're gonna get the security guard for telling me I can't be on there and I have a right to be on there when it talks about if you get discriminating on hospital or not. And I told him I've been out here. The Wildcat police been communicating with me. I need a break. Sometimes you need a break. Your mind need to expand. I'm on my phone talking to my friends, ain't doing nobody nothing. And sometimes you gotta understand it. But you have a right to be on the hospital. That's another thing. And we're gonna talk about that. Discrimination on a disability. We're gonna make this we're gonna make this very, very understandable. Hey, it talks about that if a hospital discriminating, if a hotel on the civil rights discriminating, if a Walmart store government discriminating, everything in that matter discriminate. It talks about that. But we have to do this the right way. Because if the police come out here, they got power. So when they take you to jail, all is gonna add up. What I've been doing, I've been letting the Justice Department know ever since. And Addison, everything is going on. So when we gonna get in that guy intimidating me, that's another thing from I see his, God see his spiritual behavior. That's intimidation. Now I'm having a good time. I need a break. So God need a break. So I need a break every once in a while. Hey, you gotta feel safety in your community, right? And like, you got the right to walk in your community, right? Come on, come on. Everybody in the church in the city has been communicating with me. I've been look. I didn't grow the bond with some people. If it's good or bad, I didn't grow the bond with some people and everything. I didn't grow that bond with some people. So he don't know I have a right to be on the hospital and that discrimination on a disability. So one out of two, and with this going on, we can do this way. So we're chilling and doing what we need to do. So I got my pajamas on. I'm having a good time. I need a break. I need a fresher air sometime. And sometime I used to do this in Addison all the time in Farmers Branch. I used to always do this. Just come out here and sometime, even when I was a teenager, sometime. Don't do it now, guys. Please don't do it now. Because a boy, you need to be with your sister, your brother, or your friend, and you need to be with them. Don't do it now. You know what I'm saying? So it was a guy is easy, okay? Okay, when I was 8 years old, I had my sister with me. My sister had a damn thing in her hand. I had my stepsister with me in New Orleans. So they don't know that he don't know that I have a right to be on that. So when we go to Civil Rights app today and we go into civil rights, that's another $30 million lawsuit. And the guy with the fanny, his spirit intimidating. That's another thing, intimidation, spiritual jealousy. We're gonna make this very hard. I'm trying to have a good time. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to gotta work it out. I had to make sure in 2019 when the mayor and people was acting up, I had to have a backup plan. I had to have a back. Trump already had everything already, but really he couldn't watch everything that that the mayor was doing. So I had to have a backup plan for the businesses. And the lady acting jealous, and the guy acting jealous, intimidating. One of the guy in the family, intimidating and acting jealous. Spiritual jealousy. That's another civil right. And go to the Justice Department. And he don't even know I have a right to be on the hospital grounds. And I have a disability, so it's the right of civil rights. So he don't even know I have a right. So he lucky I don't bring my health care card. My health care where I can go to the doctor and go to the emergency room. Because they don't charge me that much to go to Baylor. They won't charge. My mama used to work at this type of hospital. It's family. Baylor Scott family. They don't know they family. We used to go to fairs at the park in McKinney. And my mama work employees over there on Trinity Mills in Midway where the Brookhaven nursing home. Family. Family. They don't know it's family. My mama always been a part of Baylor Scott and always been a part. I used to go to fairs in McKinney, things with them and that format and that far plan. So I've always been a part of. They were just one of my mama hospital in Addison. They had a thing at the fair. So I've all even at children's. I've always been when I was a kid, been a part of participating with my mom and them and everything. When I was a kid, if it's fairs, if it's going to carnivals that the hospital have, and if we get free tickets, I always have participated. And that's at children, any of those things. Even when I was going into children, my mama worked at children and downtown Dallas. I have always played the part of Baylor Scott, and Carrollton, Texas, or Trinity Mills. Every time Carrollton, Texas tours Creekview and Midway, Baylor Scott have always been part family. And every time I come in there at school and I'm coming there with my mama, where Hubert at? Baylor Scott have always been family. And that's what you don't know. Like Baylor Scott White have always been family with God and us and my family. My mom is a nurse assistant. She was a registered and a nurse assistant. And she been doing that for years. Always been family. So we're gonna talk about him threatening me on a civil rights app. And I have a right threatening a disability and I have a right to be here. We're gonna talk about those things on a civil rights app. We're going to talk about those things and how we're going to address those things, how those things need to be addressed. Now, God is in the Holy Spirit. He's in the spirit of men. And we're going to talk about that in the civil rights. He don't know that I have a right. So me, and anything with that. So he actually talking and I've been making complaints on Baylor Sky Hospital for civil suit. I've been communicating with the Justice Department and the Civil Rights Act. I've been a step ahead of everybody. So, civil rights. Right now, I got a tablet right now. I can go on the civil rights app right now and report this while I got my tablet. You don't even know making threats to a disability, and I have a right to be on the property if you're getting discriminated on. And people have been misconducting themselves. So he don't even know they will lose at the end. But you don't, one thing you don't do, you walk off and you make another discriminating complaint. What's going on? How you doing? Hey, I didn't told everybody on my app, civil rights app. So he don't even know he's sitting up there talking, and he don't know he's getting himself in deep trouble. And the guy and the wife found him acting jealous in the Holy Spirit, and I'ma get him. I'ma get him for jealousy intent, intimidation, jealousy intent. The two cuss. Hey, God say we can do this all day. I didn't come out here disturbing nobody. How y'all doing today? How everybody do? How you doing today? That's why I got internet on my pad where I can just message. I gotta go take it to thing why it does not let me go on my other tablet. But we actually gonna do this again. We're gonna go inside, telling people of a disability that he don't have the right to be that discrimination and all of that. They don't know that they're playing right into my trap. I have this ball in my court. So he's up there talking, got a trick for you, doing all of that stuff, and I can hear him all the way. So he making it more worse on himself. Yes, I would. Get money start the way Hubert have baby, Hubert Jr., Hubert Sellers. So we're gonna report this, telling a disability they can't be on a property. Telling a disability they can't be on the property. We gonna hey. We gonna make it more worse on them. Telling a disability thinking he can't be on the property. That's the fifth time. That's the fifth civil rights suit. We can make this much more worse on everybody, and he's up there with that. He don't know they digging themselves in a big financial hole. And plus, Joe Biden got my account. Not my account. He got my complaint. He don't got my account. He got my old, he got my complaint. So the thing is this, they should create the White House should have an app where you can go to the White House app. Where also on the White House app, where you can make a civil rights complaint on the White House app. That's where you should also, yeah, they got it. Yeah, it should go on Senator Harris thing where we said have a civil rights app on the White House, and they should be able to do those things, and it would get directly towards Joe Biden, and somebody on the White House team would be looking at it. That would be a good idea for the White House. Now he said, "I'm thinking I'm smart. I got something for him." So he don't know I'm making it much worse on them. So he don't even know, and he's standing right there, eyeballing the disability. So that's another civil suit. We can make this much more harder when I go back inside and do what I need to do. One lady said she gonna mumble in her words. Come on, the spiritual behavior need to stop today. Hey, hey, they don't even. Hey, they think they don't know. You see, they stepping over bounds. Everything is playing in my favor. He don't even know he playing with fire. So when we go back inside, we're gonna go to civil rights, discrimination on a disability, telling a disability that he can't be on the property. They don't know if something was wrong with me or not. That's another thing. If you get discriminated on sex, race, gender, all of that. That guy with jealousy, intimidation, and the spirit behavior, God is much more smarter than them ever was. And this guy say, God never did say he was perfect, but God understood what needed to be done and power, what needed to be done of my enemies. Now we talked about when Moses put the staff, and everybody think after Moses and his people crossed the ocean, they just kept going. No, God told Moses and his people to build a wall amongst the ocean. And he wanted them. I'm going to deal with him again. And he up there talking a lot of stuff. That's another 30 million. And they got on the civil rights and the Justice Department if you want to communicate with the thing on the Civil Rights Act. So it talks about all of this in your rights. And the civil rights communicate with the civil rights police, and they would communicate with the police. It talks about all of that on the civil rights. It talks about all of that on the Civil Rights Act. So those things have to understand where we come from. But after Moses left that water, and then we're gonna talk about after Moses crossed the ocean, they built a wall amongst the ocean. And then they built a wall 15 feet from that, 20 feet, 30 feet from that. Then they built another wall. Then they built a hole. God said we're going to make it for our enemy. We're going to make it hard for our enemy. Can never cross our path. And a lady texting, come on, lady, I see your spiritual behavior texting. I keep telling you. I keep telling you, come on, I see your spiritual behavior. And this is the thing, for threatening disability and telling them, and that's gonna be on the property of that. So we're gonna make it much harder. So that security guard, the next time I'm on here, he gonna have to decide if he wanna lose his job. Because at the end of the day, when I go back inside, today, what we're gonna do, we're gonna call a Wallet police officers today, and we're gonna tell them the courthouse, and we're gonna tell the police station about my civil rights as a disability. So we're gonna give them a heads up about what's going on and about the civil rights. We're gonna communicate with the community and the police officer. So today, we're actually gonna do a call, and we're gonna communicate about our civil rights today. And we have a right to be on the street. Also, have a disability getting discriminated on and getting picked on when he have a disability. So we're gonna talk about that. Today we're gonna make a call today, and we're gonna have a little talk with the chief. Even though the chief has a little mustache, he intimidated me. But we are gonna have a little conversation today, and that conversation is gonna be. I'm gonna try to call him. I'm gonna try if I'm not doing other things because I have other calls to make. But I'm gonna try. I have other projects. But the civil rights. Hey, I had to do study on my own. Yes, I got disability. Yes, we have to challenge problems, but we are learning, right? One thing my teacher, Miss Chastity and Miss Lynn and everybody used to work on the legislators with me at Newman Smith High School. We used to learn about the legislators, the senators, and everything, and the branches in school at Newman Smith High School in '07, '06, '08, '09, '10, and on. We even after that, I came after that. We used to learn about the legislators and the branches. So it wasn't that hard for me to do what I needed to do when I got out and before that, because that was something that was taught to me about the branches in school. See, kids don't know about the branches. They go to high school, but they really pay no attention to the branches, the legislative branches. You have no thing that I pay attention. You have no idea of that. Social issues on Senator Ted website. Now my teacher taught me about everything I need to know about the state of Texas and the even the White House legislative branch and Capitol Hill legislative branches. She had Machasi and them that let me everything know about the legislative branches. It was not that hard to attack Social Security. It was not that hard. It was not that hard for me to look for something because I have memory. So we're gonna actually talk about that when we get home on the Civil Rights app. So when I come back out here, he gonna defy. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen if I step foot on that property. He gonna defy me. He gonna mess with me, and I might have to bring my health care benefit card with me. I got my benefit card. I'm gonna have to bring that my disability benefit health insurance card. I'm gonna have to bring that with me. You know, Donald Trump said something to you young dudes out there and you little smart dudes out there, no Cliff and Forward. I love uneducated people. Before you attack somebody and you go off on somebody, you're not educated. You rather go do violence back on your community. If somebody call the police on you, why you don't go back to do civil rights? That DFW gang, Crip, from 1990s, he said something about the more they mess with us, we gonna mess with them. No, if they mess with us, if they mess with us, if they mess with us, we go back to civil rights. We don't do violence with them. We don't do violence with them. We go to civil rights. It talks about if you've been discriminated on hospital, bars, stores. and any rest of those things. So it talks about those matters. Come on. It talks about all of those things in those foreplay on the Civil Rights Act. It talks about that. So let me tell you something. My mission is so much bigger than that. But God know the devil is at work and we have to stay strong. That means you gotta get out your house, walk a little bit. You know, they don't want me to have a little girl. Like I actually my little girl be having a damn sting gun on their motherfucking ass. Hey, my son, hey, my little girl have a sting gun. My little niece, I'm gonna have to teach my little niece, my brother daughter, to give her a little sting gun when she get older to shock the fuck out these niggas if they touch them. Only use it in self defense. If you're using it, you're gonna get your ass in trouble any other way. You only use it in self defense. Little kids, teenagers, little girls able to carry sting guns and shake off their damn attacks. They don't want me to have a kid. I show them something. A lady walked past me. She said something yesterday. I told people I just don't want a woman that that take a man for granted and they don't see a man work and they don't know how to be humble. I'm tired of all the fake stuff. That don't know how to be humble and let jealousy family get in the way. That don't know how to be humble. That don't know how to be humble and let jealousy family members get in the way. I need a woman that understands you don't have to put in that much of the work when it come to us, but I can't deal with people that can't match my and people don't know why nothing going up. Governor Abbott only giving me the justice, but they only giving me pieces until we win this battle. So until this battle over, and I already have won it. So it's just a matter of a time until they put something on my. I have already won. This is about the antagonating in the Social Security, intimidate and antagonate. This is what this is about. That's what that about Social Security. My fight is about them. He gonna leave now. He gonna turn back around. I hear you talking about my phone and all of that. He gonna turn back around. He gonna come back around. Guys, I'm enjoying my damn self, guys. Come on. Yeah, I'm not out here talking about gang doing all of that now. Hey, we gonna talk about something. We gonna talk about interesting stuff, shows, TV shows, movies, shit. I remember me, Kevion, and Carrollton, Texas, and sometime in the park we would bring our game to the park, and we would plug it up while everybody else playing basketball. We did this with Anthony. Everybody playing basketball. We have to wait on our turn. We would bring our small TV in our game system, and the long extension cord in Carrollton, Texas. And we would do that. And they were, hey, while we waiting on people to play, while they playing the game, we up there playing on the 2K, a Madden, in the Carrollton Park. We up there doing all of those things. Like literally, we doing all of those things. Hey, I'm telling Dallas, and they don't know how me and Mirza and them and Sabine and them was. Even though we don't talk no more, but they don't know how that was. When we did stuff, when we did music and stuff, we We cooked. We made marshmallows. We did a lot of that. We just wasn't on the streets while we in the studio. We cooked in our house. And we don't just sit on the steps and bang. You know, that's never was the. Even though Kivion is a blood and my other brother and them, that don't mean we sit on the porch and do those things. Miles and Bro and them and blood. That don't mean we do those things. Miles, Bro, them, and everybody else. That don't mean we do those things in Carrollton, Texas. So he talking his little trash and jealousy coming from the hospital. That's in that jealousy. A guy in a white family see his spirit being on a civil rights app. He don't even know he passed me or she passed me with the white charger with jealousy and texting in the spirit. I saw their spirit behavior. Come on, guys. Come on. Your spirit behavior is being soft. Then that lady whispering. It's all about whispering. Why everybody gotta whisper something like they in a damn library or something? You know, I was in Carrollton in 2019, and everybody at the Carrollton Library, shh, Hubert, shh. They told me that a couple of times in the Carrollton Library over there. Shh. Over there on Midway and Trinity Mills, where the Carrollton police dropped me off at the Douglas Miller Live. Ish, you make it too much noise. One of my neighbors told me the other day too, like I was over there in the ditch. Him and her came down there and said, they don't mind you being out there. She came out, him came out, she came out there. I don't mind you being out there. Come on. If your neighbor tell you that, come on, that's something. Come on. She actually told me in the ditch over there. Too much. Come on, that's like I said, all right, I'm gonna calm it down. I'm gonna calm it down. I'm gonna calm it down. I'm gonna calm the noise down. If your neighbor tell you, hey, calm it down, don't get me. Hey, for all that, I would like to get my own damn property or something. Shit. You gotta start down. If you're never complaining about some damn noise or something, fuck that. I'm working on getting my own fucking property with my own damn mansion on it. I don't have to worry about a motherfucker getting at me about it. Shit. But while I'm here, I'm gonna calm my ass down, not bump the noise while I'm here. But shit, you damn right I'm gonna work on. I say, fuck. You gotta start thinking like, fuck it, my nerves. I'm gonna work on that. Me start baby us as a family, putting our money together, getting out this shit. Yeah. So they already talk about having your phone out and recording. I'm not recording. I'm not recording. So I'm not gonna record when I could be on the civil rights. I hate mumbling. I hate mumbling and talking low when my phone can't hear him. He over there just talking a little stuff about my tablet and know the echo from a distance when he ain't screaming and he ain't screaming, talking echo. Come on, birds. I hear you this morning. I hear you. I hear you this morning. Yes, I get you, birds. They're in that little tree. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but the birds talking really, really low at this moment. So you should not be on your phone recording, on your phone talking about whatever it is, recording and doing all of that. Hey, how you doing? You out at night? Howdy. So it's a little weird. She been saying hey, it's a little weird. I don't know, I feel a little weird today. So the civil rights. Now let me tell you something. I'm gonna prove forcing me across the street, even though I can win this on the second, I can win it. Forcing me across the street, intimidating me, and forcing me, and then making me nervous across the street with intimidation. I can win the situation, and they talk about evidence. No, I can win the situation. Yeah, I can win it. And then they're gonna look at the cameras where they instigated it. They could have left. The police instigated. I told them I had the right to be on that sidewalk, and I told the civil rights. And I told them, and I told the Justice Department, I have the right, and they instigated it. They know I didn't have the right ahead, and they instead of wanted to stand right there and show that they had power. And the judge wasn't that nice, so I had to understand. Hold up, I'm seeing him not being nice in the courtroom, and he rolled his eyes, his spiritual behavior. And I had to do that in the civil rights. He rolled his eyes and he mumbled his words and he rolled his eyes. Say, like I said, okay, okay, all right. You rolling your eyes, okay, and you're saying things you're not supposed to be saying. And I wish you would. Like you're rolling your eyes, and I'm catching your spirit behavior. If I'm gonna be, if I'm talking to you as a judge, and I'm catching your spirit behavior, that's something off. Something off about that in that conversation, when I'm seeing your facial expression act up. And you mumbled your words. So I went to the civil rights app. Sometime when you leave court, I'm gonna tell you something. If you know something ain't right, never talk in front of your attorney or judge if your attorney not helping you. You just go to the civil rights. Catch something going on with your attorney and your judge. It's all about catching on to the spirit of what's around you. Don't say nothing. But that means after you get out of there, you gotta put your thinking cap on. That's the man goal with that situation. That's the man goal with that situation. That's the man. People calling me sneaky, where Yellow Breezy, Kevin Gates knows about me since 2019, and Yellow Breezy and Trap Boy Fred and them lied. All the rest of them lied, and there's a lot going on. And they lied in Dallas, and those clips they all lied to come up. Drake say, we didn't hear that much about you, but I promise the truth is gonna be revealed. But the enemy is trying to take that spot, and right now we got racial going on, racial behavior going on. They didn't know that Marvel been communicating. The Justice Department not telling Texas nothing, or they know, but they not saying nothing. Steven Stallone, I took drama. They think they really know what's going on. Got Denzel Washington in the interview to talk to. You think I took drama in Newman? I'm looking forward to going to performance. But misunderstanding and the lies to come up is gonna get. Hey, good. I told everybody on my broadcast, homework 101 civil rights. They need to create an app for it. Instead of being on your phone, they need to create a civil rights app for it. Stop recording on your phone and you go to civil rights violence, a client right to violent rights. Go on there and it talks about a government. It talks about a hospital bar getting discriminated on. So Dallas don't know why we so busy arguing with the police. You should be on the civil rights app. On the civil rights, you're gonna have to Google it because they haven't created the app. You're gonna have to look it up. And that, I was going to the barber the other day, the other week, the other month, and Raleigh police passed on this street, and I was going down this street, and one of the Raleigh police chiefs intimidated me, and I said, "Hold up," and they're gonna ask you on the civil rights, did this happen in the custody of the police officers? And talk about local sheriff, local private sheriff, and talk about all different type of police officers, sheriffs. It's all of that in the Civil Rights Act. It talks about that, right? So in those civil rights thing, but it talks about about that at the end of the day, right? I'm doing good. How you doing? It talks about all of that at the end of the day, but we're just smoothing and hanging out and chilling and doing the things that we need to do. And this is our time of relaxing. We ain't trying to start no trouble with nobody. God ain't. One thing I'm not trying to prove that I'm a hard one. My fight is so much bigger than this banging right now. Like Nelly said, it's so much bigger than that. And I wish Dallas would have understood that. You can't make other people understand what your fight is. And I told Atlanta they was not gonna get away. The lady said sue us, the guy that turned it. And I had to tell him what the Social Security did. Neglected abuse, turned it, hung up in my face, don't want to talk to nobody, hanging up, choose to not deal when we ask to speak to a manager at the call center. They don't want to let us speak to a manager. We talked about all of those things that we needed to address. But I've been watching Capitol Hill. I've been watching them. And you talk about not cutting Social Security off. But I argued with this lady from 2019, and she said, I can't decide the discipline. But if your workers keep doing it, when I went in there in 2000, we're going to have to talk about that. When I went in my office in 2019 to 20, and this big guy at my office, he was mean to me. So, and I'm going to tell him he was mean. He was another worker. So if we dealing with Social Security office, it doesn't matter if I need a parent. You here to listen. So we also going to talk about that in 2020. And I'm going to tell Miss Crystal, I went in there in 2019-20 and talked to this big guy. He didn't even want to listen. We are dealing with government workers, Social Security workers that got that type of pay. I said, all right, Miss Leah is not at the desk. She is not there. And now you telling me what's the difference if I came in there by myself? What's the difference? Miss Lee wouldn't have did what you did, even after I did have a disagreement. She wouldn't have just cut me off and tell me no, stop that. She wouldn't have even did that shit. And I realized the bad misconduct that comes with it. I realized the misconduct mindsets, bro, mindsets, early reading the mind that comes with it. Um, Miss Lee wouldn't have did what you did. So she wouldn't even, she would have listened before you even cut me off. She wouldn't even did what you did, the big guy. So even if somebody that knows me, Miss Lee, we kind of know each other by now, and the Mexican, we kind of all know each other. Everybody kind of know each other at now. Miss Lee kind of know me now, but he didn't know me. I don't know if he's a new Social Security worker or not. I don't know what he is, but he didn't know me. These are issues that we got to deal with. Even Miss Lee won't tell me, oh, if I got something to ask or some question, she would hear me out. And he didn't. And I left right out that chair. As a big guy, he got glasses up. Get money style the way Hubert Sellers, Hubie our baby, Hubie Jr., everything.